an updated video. I'm working on getting my drive line put back together. Transmission's in gear, so I can't turn it. I've got it on a jack, so I can actually spin the wheels. See, about tripped over that SOB just a minute ago. But I put gear oil in. It's got gear oil. I'm waiting for the gear shifter to, dry, so I can put it back together and put it in here and put everything back together and get the cab of the truck cleaned up. I mean, I'm probably gonna have to re-wrap the top of the dash because it's starting to show fade from the sun. I don't know. I'd really like to actually probably do fiberglass instead, but I don't want to work on that right now. I'm going to eventually find somebody that can redo my seats just in black vinyl. I did find them in a old Nissan Pathfinder at LKQ. Got them for 40 bucks, so couldn't pass them up. Pulled it right in, better than that damn bench seat. Motor's in it. Only thing I've got two obstacles to deal with is the distributor needs to be either replaced, or if I could get somebody that'd be kind enough to take a moment of their time and actually take a picture of the male connection so I could actually see where these wires go. It's kind of weird. It's hard to get them in color. There they are. I need to know where these wires go to this plug here, but if you can tell, these wires are different colors. That's a green and yellow, a green, a black and white, and a solid black. This is a green, red, white, and black. If somebody would take the time to, take a picture, maybe, of the male side of the distributor, the wires that come out, and show me where they actually go like this, because I know that's the top of the plug. I need to know, like, which prongs they actually connect to. So, like, if somebody would be able to even sit there and kind of send me a message letting me know, like, hey, the red goes, with the green, and, this one goes with the green and yellow, because I'm pretty sure, I know one's black. I'm pretty sure that white probably goes to that black and white, and that red, well, either the red goes to the black and white one, or because it's a solid black one, which I know that solid black one down there, that's going to go to ground. So that just, and that's one thing that told me. Otherwise, I have to wait till after the new year, because that distributor costs, I want to say, $312 at AutoZone, and it's not much cheaper everywhere else I look around for it. But I got it sitting in there so there's no open holes on this engine, because after all the money that I was spending on it, I don't want any kind of moisture getting into it. That's why I put my air filter back on. I've got everything. I've got the engine basically bolted up. It's got oil in it. I won't put no water in it till I'm ready to start it. And I'm not going to put solid water. I'm going to put like half and half on the, I'm going to do the right thing. Not just run water. Just because I'm in Florida and we don't have temperatures that'll freeze the entire water system. But still, running pure water in the system will cause a lot of rust. So I'm going to run the antifreeze with a little bit of water, so it's like a half mixture. I've also got to fix that issue. How that happened, I don't know. But when the truck's laid out and when it's sitting, when I air it up, that tire for some reason is pointed more towards that way than this tire is. And it wasn't like that. And I can tell you, I found out the bad way right before the truck decided it was going to go down about 3 years ago. I was driving down 41. I was only going right up to the store, but it was right down the road from the house. But it just rained, and as I was going down the road, I know every time I hit even the lightest little puddle, that truck the whole front of the truck wanted to go to the right side of the road. And I could never figure out why. So I noticed that. And that tire is like, it's got a pitch that's almost like somebody tampered with it while it was being worked on one time. And they adjusted my tire rod. Because there was one night I was going home, and I had stuff trying to fall apart on the front of that truck, like somebody got underneath there and tampered with it. And I found a couple other things, like there's right underneath the cab, right underneath, like if you were right there where the bed meets the back of the cab, right up underneath the frame, there is a system underneath there. I'll have to show it to you. I think I might still have it. And I'll talk while I'm walking. But one day I was up underneath there because I've been trying to figure out why my brakes weren't operating properly. I could never figure it out. Yeah, here it is. Okay, now I'm going to show you. It comes in this casing right here. It's up underneath the truck. It's, it sits underneath the truck like that, basically. But what somebody had done was climbed up underneath my truck, which is that's part of what I'm understanding. It's like a kind of like I guess it's like a part of the ABS. It helps keep the rear wheels from completely locking up if you stomp on the rear brake hard enough. And, if you know how to operate a brake, you ain't got to really worry about it. Because the truck actually has two of them on it. It has one up underneath the frame, and it also has that system right there on the back. I left that system. That's a dampening system too. It's basically the same thing that's up underneath the truck. But the reason the one underneath the truck is part of the ABS system is it has wires. Well, one day when I was up underneath there, I noticed somebody had taken it and trimmed every one of my damn wires in my ABS system. And I guess they wouldn't think I would ever notice it. Or I would never find it. But I did find it. And I could never figure out why all the wires were clean cut to the body. Like if I put this back in that housing, that wire barely comes out of the back of that. I mean, they literally trimmed that wire down even with that housing. And that piece, I promise you, is very hard to find. You would preferably have to look for somebody, which, I'm with a group, and I've been part of this group. It's called Nissan D21 of the South. Lots of great people on there. Lots of great people. And I have gotten parts from a fellow that does have quite a few Nissan parts. I have ordered a couple parts off of his stuff that he sells on eBay. And, outside of that, I feel like, when I find stuff like that, or bolts loosened up that I know I tightened up, and I find stuff like that, it makes me wonder who in their right mind went out of their way to mess with my vehicle. And I can promise you, after everything I have put into this truck, when I get it running, the first person I catch trying to tamper with this truck, or mess with it, or try to ruin it because of some jealousy or some pissed off pent-up anger you got, or just basically because you don't like me, I promise you, you are going to have a very bad outcome. And that's just going to be plain and simple. All because of the time that I have put into this. You bring your nappy ass around and you try to ruin this. I will ruin you. And anybody that helps you. So if you get any stupid ideas because you pissed off about something from 20 years ago, take your narrow ass and go jump off a fucking cliff. That was 20 years ago. Quit riding in the fucking rearview mirror. Wait the fuck up and look out the windshield. Quit worrying about what's behind you and in the past.